recording now.
See, welcome to Conversations with Deborah. My name is Deborah Barton Burton, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm the host interviewing today, excuse me, Steve Dixon. Steve Dixon is a co-founder of a company called Adsactly. Adsactly is a well-rounded tool system that most network marketers might want to take a look at for your hosting, traffic, and they have a variation of tools that Steve's going to tell you about that comes with your participation in this company. Let me see here. Got unlimited hosting and things like that. So before I get into each individual thing, I'm going to ask Steve to introduce himself. Steve, would you like to say something?
Yeah, the we do make on do. So if you let the game and that again, really make it on
He said
right
Micah's on
now.
here. Micah's in the room, he said.
Micah's in the room. Hello,
Yes.
Micah. How you doing? Maybe you can help with the interview, Steve, with his interview in regard to uh, answering questions in regarding the traffic that the signups can receive and all that will come with your um, membership to Exactly. I'm familiar with Exactly. I actually was with them some time ago when they first launched, and they're in a relaunch uh, point right now. It is a good company. It is a good system, and I happen to know the owner, Michael Wallace, who has been working very diligently to get this into the hands of people that need this type of service. Exactly is the ultimate community for network marketing, uh, your business, and what you do.
Um,
I
Micah, we invite you to come up
Steve
aboard
now
with the
has now.
microphone.
Yeah.
Kind of help Steve out.
You got that? You got
Okay,
and
let me
that?
fix that. Pending approval. Uh, can you approve him, Deborah? It's not showing on my thing here. The little clock, it's supposed to
Uh,
be on the back office. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I might
Hello, how are you guys doing?
run.
Doing great.
hey,
It's
Thank you.
great
Mike.
to hear some familiar voices
Welcome
here.
to the. Yes, it
Yes.
is. This is
Yes,
very
it's been a
inviting to
while.
have you on board for this interview. How have you been?
Oh, I've been doing great, doing great. We're actually really, if you notice, my name says Adsactly Crypto. We're really getting highly involved in the Bitcoin world. Okay. Lots
Oh,
of
okay. So they brought that on board to Exactly too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. Actually, that's one of the missing pieces of the puzzle that have held us from launching this to be something unique, to be something different than anyone else, what everyone else has out there. Because all the other companies, yeah, everybody's got tools. Everybody has hosting. Yeah, I mean, you can go to Wix.com and get a free website, right? In what, 5 minutes, right? So we
Mm.
need to build a community that connects people with exactly what they need and real products, real services, and real companies that they can actually get involved with and not find the company disappearing, I mean, 3, 6 months later, and then, I mean, trying to find another company to join, if that makes sense. And like in other words, I guess you could say all these scams out there. The best way to stop it is to create a community that doesn't allow those scams here. And no matter how big we get, I mean, we will always monitor and, I mean, keep the scammers out. I mean, everybody will have a reputation, and I mean, we'll build up that reputation. We'll be able to trade with each other. We'll help each other fund their projects if they need funding. I mean, that's Adsactly. Adsactly is bigger than just another tool company. That was the whole idea.
Now,
From the
Micah,
beginning.
I know a little bit about Bitcoin. Can
Yep.
people that already are involved in Bitcoin join exactly with their membership, getting their membership with the Bitcoin, or is that something that happens after you get inside as a member?
Yeah, it's what we're working on is actually a system, a payment gateway like PayPal or Solid Trust Pay, kind of, right? We're working on our
Yes.
own gateway where you'll be able to purchase these coins. We call them Adsactly, or ADX for short. Okay, and that is our currency. That is our way of actually buying products and services inside our community. You have to have ADX. Okay. You
Oh,
can't.
okay.
Yeah. So in other words, we can use PayPal, and we have a matrix. But the PayPal doesn't care because we're not actually selling the matrix. We're selling the coin. What they do with that coin is up to them. If they want to join the matrix or they want to buy products or services, that's their choice. If that makes sense, right? PayPal can't shut us down
It
because
does
we're
make a
not
lot.
actually. It makes a lot of sense. It's the solution to allowing. Yeah, I mean, now PayPal can be accepted with matrices, but you have to be. You got to do it our way, because and we're going to pioneer this, if that makes sense. So look at all
Very
these
well.
crypto coins. I'm sure you've seen a lot more than Bitcoin out there, right? I'm
Yes,
sure you've seen
yes.
them. You've done some research onto these, okay? Have you, Sam?
Uh,
Have you researched into Bitcoin at all?
no, I'm not that familiar with Bitcoin. I'll just touch the surface of it.
Okay, okay. It's a decentralized trust network. Simple as that. It's not money. Okay? You can do
Hmm.
anything with this network. Anything that requires trust. So if you're going to issue a contract to somebody and you want to make sure that that contract can be publicly verified by anybody in the world to make sure that that person keeps up with their agreement, if that makes sense. Okay? You would issue that contract on the blockchain, which is what Bitcoin is built on top of. Okay? The blockchain is the decentralized trust network. Okay? And Bitcoin is the money for that network. I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes
Does
a
that
lot
make
of
sense?
sense. And actually, so individuals can, it actually will reduce their liability of maintenance of records if they just went and purchased the coin from you, the Bitcoin from you, and then use it
Yep.
within the network. Now,
Yes.
this is transferable as well?
Yes. Yes, because it would actually, you will have a wallet that you'll install like you would with a Bitcoin wallet. You would install that on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, that kind of thing. And you would be able to access your ADX anywhere in the world, right? Wherever you are. It wouldn't necessarily have to be on the Adsactly website to use your coins. Okay, and our
But
idea
they,
here is to make these coins valued. And see, Steve's never heard this yet either, because Steve really all he knows is that he's a founder, right? And I've told him a
mhm.
little bit about the tools and the services that we have going on. And I also said that just stop with all the online stuff out there. We're going to build a community of stuff where we'll bring the right companies together. I mean, the real companies that have the real products. And the MLMs that we like, we'll go right to those MLMs and we'll make a deal with the company exclusively to get their product in Adsactly. So we don't even have to join their company now. Now everybody's coming from that MLM over to us, to Adsactly. And we're getting even bigger, millions of people here, if you see what I'm saying.
Very,
Okay?
very
And
good.
that's how
Now,
it'll work. So
now, as a member of Exactly now, um, they can use their Bitcoin. Well, they purchase the Bitcoin, and then they can join as a member.
Yes.
Now, going in in the beginning features of it, what services, and can you give us an idea of what services you are offering now and how they can help people with what they're doing?
Okay, great idea. Yeah, that's a great question actually. What we're doing right now is the hosting that we provide is unlimited hosting. So there is no like real like it's one package in terms of hosting. $15 a month, right? It includes a lot more than just hosting though. It also includes your autoresponder. It includes all that stuff that the picks and shovels for the gold diggers, I guess you could say. We really want to put it in that $15 monthly package, okay? And then on the next package would be a $30 monthly, okay? But the way we've set this up is each matrix is its own. So think of it as like it's 6 different companies, but it's all Adsactly. I hope that makes sense, okay? And each product package is another level up. So call it bronze, silver, gold, platinum, that kind of thing. Just a simple explanation, okay? But each product package has more value, more products, more services, even gold and silver eventually, that kind of thing. Just for being a part of Adsactly and keeping your commitment each month, we're going to give you gold, we're going to give you silver, we're going to give you things that you wouldn't, you'd be buying anyway, if that makes sense, right? For our grand founders, which are people, hopefully maybe yourself or Sam, becomes the grand founders, we're going to give them a branded tablet PC, okay, that we're getting built from a company in South Africa. Actually, they have a head office in Canada. I still have to go down and meet up with them in Brantford. But they actually make tablet PCs and also phones, and they're top of the line. Like, so they can customize them, and they can make them Adsactly phones, Adsactly computers, that kind of thing, right? And we're gonna number those and give them out to all of our grand founders, and we're gonna personalize them with their name on them, and again branded with Adsactly. Okay. Who's saying please mute? Well, that's you. Okay. Someone else need to mute?
No, not me.
Is my voice coming through fine?
Yeah,
there
the
a
No, I'm
voice is
problem?
just
coming
asking
through
Steve
fine.
if
It's being recorded.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
Steve,
coming
you
through
mute your-
fine. I wanted him to mute, so the recording will come out right.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, so did he mute then? Yes, it looks like he did. Okay, good. All right, I got thrown off there. Where was I?
Where was he, Steve?
That's all right. I'll just pick up where I was anyway. From something else. So you guys know about Bitcoin. So what we went and did is we got our own developers to make our own coin. That's pretty much what we did. Okay, and then we're implementing that coin into our platform. So that is our money. That's the only way to get into our system. We can put any product or service here. It doesn't matter. Even the companies you're involved with, Deborah, we want to talk to them about their products, their services. What can we get them white labeled? Can we get them included into our platform? And what's the charge going to be for us for the bulk buy, if that makes sense, right? Can we pay for the license for the year? Can we pay for the lifetime license? That kind of thing, right? And then obviously offer it back to our grand founders for life, and to our associates or members, $15 a month, $30, that kind of thing, at the different levels. Different products, different services, and anything you can think of. Why stop with tools and services? You get my point, right? Like this is bigger than that.
Yes, I am. Yes, I do see your point. Now there's a lot of newbies coming to the internet, okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're shopping around. They see all the glitz and glamour. You've
Yes.
been around the block for a while. You know exactly what a newbie needs. Like, coming to Adsactly is actually the stepping stones for getting yourself well-rounded in one place. And that's one thing I
Yes.
like about Adsactly. All the
Yes.
things that you need are right there. So
Yes.
is there a mechanism in place in the back office to walk people through, like purchasing a URL and setting up their hosting and things like that? Or do you do training, or do you have someone that does it for you to help those that are new to the internet start their business in Exactly and not have to look anywhere else?
We're gonna have all of that. We do not have that currently. Our official launch finally, and it has been delayed many a times, but we found a shark. So I'm sure you guys watched Shark Tank once or twice in your life.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
good.
yeah.
So when you get a shark, it helps. Yeah, I mean they usually fend for you, if that makes sense, right? And they go into the dangerous waters to get the food. You get my point, okay? So we have someone who can actually defend everything and really help us get the funding that we need, and go to the big companies and talk the talk and walk the walk, and I mean get exactly what we need, so that we can go to these people and say, okay, here's what we're willing to give you guys if you give us this, that kind of thing, okay? And one of these people has come in. He's actually got a lot of money. And so what he's going to be doing is he's going to be setting up a bunch of private systems in the back what'll be set up for us to be able to make money for the grand founders, so like yourself. And we will have all the training, all of the consulting, all of that stuff, basics, will all be taken care of free of charge. Okay, and the reason why that is, we don't believe anybody should have to pay for training. I think that's just ridiculous. I mean, if someone's making a lot of money and they're working, I mean, they're making a lot of money, why can't they spend a couple hours a day to show someone how to do that? Seriously.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay.
Now,
I'm glad
the use of the tools are I guess where I'm going with it is the use of the tools is pretty simple in getting you know, yourself set up, your URL purchase, your hosting set up, and get going with whatever direction that they choose to go. Is there with your system? I'm noticing that a lot of people are flocking to the Hangouts. Are there any kind of setup for sharing the news feed or the growth of the company by hanging out with your members?
Yeah, that's one thing we really do want to engage with. We did do a hangout that was about an hour and a half long. It is on our YouTube channel, Mr. Adsactly. And I haven't designed the site at all, the Mr. Adsactly YouTube channel at all. I'm actually trying to find somebody who's really good with YouTube, who can help us get some more videos and some other things together. Not just videos about Adsactly, but even just information in general, like how to set up a website, how to set up hosting, how to do URLs, or like you're saying, okay? And this is all stuff that we can have on our channel, and it's just more.
That would be really good for the newbies because.
Yes, most definitely, and that's who we want to cater to, because there are millions of those people, right? We really do want to cater to, and they have money. They're just throwing the money in the wrong place. That's what I feel, and they're spending money on things they shouldn't even be spending any money on, if that makes sense. Okay, if you're paying, exactly, if you're paying one of these so-called self-proclaimed gurus to train you how to make your first $1,000 online, you need to call them up and ask them for a refund. Because you shouldn't be paying him anyway.
Well, that is the thing that I'm trying to press upon people with my interviews with Conversation with Deborah. You need a system that gives you everything you need, and you don't have to go out looking for it. It's right there for you. You walk the steps, step by step, to complete what you need, and then you become well-rounded, so you can shift into a more branded circumstance of being a socialpreneur, because everybody wants to flock to the social media for bringing attention to what they're doing, but you have to be prepared, and Exactly can offer you that with the hosting, the URL, the tools to set up all of your status updates and the connections with the other members is
Yes.
really great. With um, okay, we have Steve Dixon. I'm going to put it into the chat. Steve Dixon. So you know, Steve brought this to the table. So we're going to send you to Adsactly through his URL.
Yes. Okay.
The URL that you're going to come through is right. Let me get it for you. Is going to be so for our listeners, because there's some people we're going to record that we're recording this,
Okay.
and we want our listeners to be able to know exactly where we're talking about, and just in case they're multitasking, the URL that you want to go to is ibourl.net/Steve Dixon. On his page, he's made this his branded page that he is.
Can you hear me?
The site you want to go to for Adsactly is ibourl.net/Steve Dixon. And as soon as Micah come on board, again, we'll finish the interview, and Sam as well as Steve. We did lose our connection. It seemed like everybody lost their connection with Tiny Chat for a minute. It's one of those hiccups that happen when you're doing an interview. I thought it was just me at first. Oh boy, but I see it was everyone. If you give us a few minutes, we'll get them back on board. I see Sam's back. Sam, it looked like everybody lost their connection
Tiny Chat.
when that happened.
Wasn't nobody's fault.
Tiny Chat issues.
Yeah.
Right. Because when I lost my connection, I thought, oh my God, I wonder if everybody's wondering where I went. But I see everybody lost their connection. We had a pretty good sized room in here for a minute.
Yeah, it was going real well. I mean, I don't know what it was. I'm back recording again.
Okay, well, you might as well wait till we get going, stop talking instead of getting this dead. So, Sam, Micah's back now, and Steve's back, so we can start recording again. And
Yeah, I'm recording now.
But as I was saying, okay, as I was saying before we all got booted out through the refresh, the URL you want to go to is the ibourl.net/Steve Dixon. He has on his page the Adsactly link that you just click that. It'll take you right over to Adsactly, and you can go through the gateway process of purchasing Bitcoin. If you already have it, I assume you can go on and purchase your membership. And there's like now, Micah, how many levels are there in Adsactly?
You're going a little further ahead. Okay, we don't have that available yet. You can sign up for the membership though, and you can pay with PayPal right now. Okay. That's the only way you can right now. We're still building. Our programmers are in the development phase, I guess you could say, of putting the wallet in place and the payment gateway and all that stuff in place. We're gonna go into soft launch in November, and full official launch, as long as everything works good, December, and that'll be the first week of December we're targeting.
Okay, so getting in there now would be a good time to get in there because
Yes.
you have the matrices, and everybody that comes in after that will fall up under you. And it's always nice to
Yes.
get in early, and I recommend this. Okay, you in order for you to be successful online, it is best to be willing to invest money into your future. Purchase the largest package that they have. Get all of the tools and everything that you need to grow a sustainable business. And the other thing I want to share with people is this: I don't care what program it is. If you if you make the choice to get in it, complete it by doing this. Always be willing to share where you are with others, because the business grows from the members. The more members you have involved, the sustainability and the strength of that company will be there. You have the owners and the co-founders to run the business, and it is the members' job to bring the growth to the table. And that's in every business. This thing about walking around and talking about something became a scam because it's stalled has got to stop. I mean, it really has to stop. The members are the ones that make a business the best thing on the internet. So you have to be in a socialpreneur mode, which means help someone else, help their business, and in turn, what you give will come back to you by helping them. You're actually helping yourself. Now, there is a compensation structure in Exactly. So the more people you invite, the better your residual will be in the program.
Yep.
Well, it's actually a system to utilize, and I'm using this with all of my interviews. The thing is, I recognize that so many people are quick to say something is a scam. We need to educate people on helping them understand nothing's a scam unless they outright took your money and walked away and gave you no value.
Yeah, there you
There's a
go.
ton of value. There's a ton of value here, but it is the members that make it. They can't keep giving you something for free. No one can, and
No.
that's everybody's business. Okay, if
Yeah.
you and I was explaining this the other day to a group of people that are in my coaching program, and I was telling them, make wise choices. Once you make that choice, follow it all the way through. Don't jump in and out of something. Grow it right where you are. If you plant your seed where you are, okay, you will grow and you will see residual come out of what you choose. But if you jump in and think it's supposed to pay you and you haven't done anything, you're fooling yourself. And you jump to another and you do the same thing. And that's why so many people fail online, because they're not following through. I've known Michael for quite a while. I know exactly. He's gone through his trials and errors of it. And with each trial and error, he's learned more. So I know he's at a point where, with bringing Steve on board as a co-founder and investing in it, it's going to give you what you need. The thing of allowing the mass distraction take your eyes off of what you already got and need is the problem with you. As a member, share with everybody you know and make it a part of your DMO, your daily method of operation. Now, I teach people this. I come to the table, tell it, being in their face with, you have to be the reason for the company to be successful. You can't just stop with one or two. You have to make it a part of your DMO. You have to make it a part of your branding. And I know people that are very successful that are doing just that. They don't bring anything else on board until they're successful with the one thing they're working with. Go to the Exactly. It's got all the tools you need. It's bringing Bitcoin on board, which is going to be I just watched a documentary last night about the fall of America. And I watch that on a regular basis because I choose to be prepared. And
Hmm.
those that are prepared are going to be the ones that are going to overcome the implode of the dollar. Bitcoin
Yep.
is going to be one of the number one things that people are going to run to. And
Yeah.
if you are a digger of it, if you're someone that owns it, you're going to be glad that you made that choice. If
Yes.
you're not familiar with Bitcoin, the perfect place to go is Exactly. He will educate you on how to get Bitcoin. He will educate you on why you need Bitcoin. Because it's not if it's going to happen, it is definitely going to happen. And those of you that have not looked at the preparing for it are going to have a very hard ride when this happens. Those that
Most
are
definitely.
prepared with and they've got Bitcoin, you will have a resource to barter with. Now, if you don't understand what Bitcoin is about, I'm not going to go into it on this interview because this interview is about Exactly. But I do tell you this: the companies that are incorporating Bitcoin into their companies are the companies that are preparing for the fall of the dollar, and it's going to happen. The prediction out of the documentary I got last night, and it came out in July, they're saying within the next 6 to 10 months, and I
Yep.
don't doubt it. I
Yeah.
really don't doubt it. In fact,
It's
he was saying we're so close, it could happen
yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the
There's
services that are offered, everybody needs them. If you're growing a business online, everybody needs to have that virtual property that works for them. Exactly has unlimited hosting. Exactly has a traffic exchange built inside that shares your opportunity and you with what you do with other members. This is something that instead of being spread out here, there, and everywhere, go get it in one place, and make that your stream of residual income. Now you've all heard people say have multiple streams of income. That's the way you have to look at Exactly, as a multiple stream of income in your life.
yes.
And if you
Many,
have
many
that,
multiple
and
streams of income.
yes, if you
That's
put all your eggs in one basket and you drop the basket or the floor or the bottom falls out, you have no business.
we like
So
to
you
say
always
we like to say Adsactly is an organization with many baskets. So
yes,
you don't have to
yes.
put your eggs all in one
And
basket.
you do you have it that way.
Yes.
You've structured it in such a way that you can see multiple streams.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Most
agree.
definitely.
Um, Now the monthly membership is for the membership of Exactly, and then you have the purchase of the Bitcoin coming through your payment gateway soon. Is
Yep.
there any other cost involved with being with Exactly?
No, no. It'd be the $15 per month. That's it. So
And you still
that's
running
just
that
level
low
one.
dollar. That
Yeah.
is really good for some people pay for a whole lot more for their hosting.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Just general hosting. So
Yeah.
that is really good. And then you get the option of having the unlimited hosting, which for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, your hosting is what carries your website, your blog, your splash pages that you build. You put it on hosting. You've got unlimited hosting with Exactly, which is, most people, if you don't understand unlimited hosting, it's built around, you can build multiple things on hosting,
You can have as
but it
many
doesn't give
domain
you the
names.
bandwidth to cover.
Yeah. You can have as many domain names or subdomains as you'd like. So, like Google has mail.google.com. Well, you could do that same thing here as many times as you want. You could
Mhm.
have 1.google.com, 2.3.4. You can have as many as you want. They're subdomains, okay? And then you can also have as many add-on domains as you'd like. And those could be anything like www.whatever.com. I mean, whatever2.com, whatever3, whatever. You can have as many as you'd like. It doesn't matter. And the reason why that is we grow with you. We actually scale with our members, our customers, if that makes sense. So we're not a us. We're not the corporation. We're the guy that's going to be here when all the corporations fail from the dollar collapsing.
Yeah,
If that,
yeah,
you
take
see what I
that
mean?
on
We're going to
account.
be
You are
we're going to be
absolutely
exactly
right
where
about
everybody
that one.
exactly we're going to be exactly where
And
everybody
I
wants
love
to
your
be.
name.
Thank you.
I love your name because it really fits. A response
Yeah.
to one. Someone saying makes a statement, and you can say exactly. I love that. Um,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, it's one of those things, and then
exactly. Yeah.
it's exactly the place to
Hello?
learn how to do, I mean, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is.
Y-
If you don't,
yes.
if we don't have somebody who can teach you exactly what you want to know, ask us, and we will find somebody who does have, like, who does know
Yeah.
exactly what you need to know.
When my buddy
You see
gets
what I'm
off of
saying?
work,
We may not have them
I have
today,
him come over
but
there
Yeah.
to
that's the
your house,
community. That's the
over
whole
to where
idea.
it's
That's what
at,
goes here.
I
21 State
appreciate
Street,
you
right?
saying that. I appreciate you
Yeah.
saying that because so many people
Okay.
will fake the funk by saying, "Oh, I don't know," in the final result. But when you have a owner and co-founder of a company that say, "I may not know it, but I know how to go find someone that can
Pardon me?
teach it to you or explain it to you," that's value.
Yep.
That's value
The model
in
number.
a nutshell. So
Yeah.
you have someone that cares about you and want to help you in your
800p.
business.
Okay.
So
Well,
exactly is
he'll
exactly
have to
where you
come look
need to
at it
be.
anyway.
Yep. Exactly.
And newbies,
Mhm.
you know, newbies
Be
need to take this
about
up
4:30 to 5
because
o'clock.
if you're new to the internet and you're just now finding a way to get
Okay.
started, this is a place that you can get started
Yeah, you're welcome.
and not waste your
Goodbye.
valuable dollars
Yep.
figuring it out. You got someone right here that is willing to help you help yourself in
Yep.
everything that you do.
That, that's it. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to clean up this internet, and the best way to clean it up is to create a clean community to do business and trade and barter with each other. Simple as that.
There,
And
that's
yeah,
well said. Well said.
right.
With that.
So
Now, with that being the circumstance, is there anything that I might not have covered that you would like to share with anyone?
there
Because I
is
really
for
appreciate you coming.
okay, now for people who want to be completely passive and just watch what's happening, but they have more money, I guess you can say, than they do have, I mean, time. Okay, if they want to put their money to this, like their resources here, we have what you call grand founder positions, and we're working out units so that we're going to break these positions into units because they are expensive. They're $3,000. Okay. But if we break them into units, we could break them into, say, $300 pieces, if that makes sense. So 10 units would equal,
It does.
I
It
mean,
does.
one, right? And that's the idea. And so what we're trying to do is make it even easier for the average person to get involved in Adsactly as a grand founder. And when the grand founder positions are all gone, there will never be any more. So we haven't. The limit is 200, but that doesn't mean 200 units. We can break that up. You see what I'm saying? You could have a half a unit. You could have a quarter unit, right? You get the idea, right? One unit would equal 1/10 of a grand founder position, let's say. I'm just trying to give an example. We
Okay.
haven't set it in stone yet. I probably shouldn't even go that far into that. But the idea is, we need the money because we know where it's going. We're putting it in the right places, if that makes sense. We have the products, we have the services, we have the companies that are coming in that are willing to give us exclusive deals. Okay, where we can get the tablet computers, the iPhone, or not the iPhones. I don't want to deal with that yet. Down the road, when we have millions of people here, Apple will definitely be offering us something because we do. One of our sharks here is one of the Apple stockholders, holds a lot of stock in Apple. So
Mm-hmm.
he's got some talking power there. Especially if we
Got
have
you.
millions of people. If we have millions of people here, we're unstoppable, right? And that's all we need. So that's what I'm trying to get people to understand is we're not just get people here. Don't worry about what the site looks like. We'll make the cosmetics the best thing you get my point. Like when you take a look at the new website when we actually do unleash it, it'll be 100 million times better than what we have right now. We're not worried about cosmetics right now.
And you know what? You don't need to be, because the value is in the tools that you're offering and the services that you're offering is what makes the business. People
Yes.
that get built up on cosmetics are really looking at all the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And I see that happening with so many businesses. They don't put they put so much into the cosmetic and have very little value to give the member, so the member can be successful and want to share with other people. So the key with you, when I see this, is you want to give as much value to your members and partners of it than to worry about the cosmetics, because that comes with growth anyway.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. That's what we want to do. And the other thing we want to do though is by bringing all these people together, okay, in one place, we become what you would call more or less like an army or a force to reckon with, right?
Mm.
Where we can go to these bad companies that have great products but awful management. I mean,
Mm.
because they've been set up by, I mean, gurus, self-proclaimed gurus, who claim themselves to be the rich guys that really actually are just renting their mansion for the video they're doing. You
I'm
get the
so
idea.
grateful that you said that, because I found that out by so many that they wear a mask.
Yes,
You
they
know, they
do.
fake it till they make it type situation. And most
Yep.
people don't seem to realize that that is a mask you're looking at and not the real fruit of the tree. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so,
That
more and more
that apple
people, as
that
time
apple
goes
has a
by,
worm
are
on the
beginning to
inside.
recognize.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
And, and then people are, but at the same time, I have to back up and say most people are programmed for the glitz and glamour, the mass distraction of the internet, because
Yes.
that's the way they've been programmed to be a consumer. So, if you become conscious of your choices and take the time to see where real value is, it's not in the person that's flaunting their wealth, because
No.
that belongs to them. You're
Yes.
here to get yours. So how are they going to truly help you get yours? And if it's all about sale, 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 and they don't have a backup to make sure that you are learning how to use that tool, you're going to
Yeah.
have a problem. You're going to. I've been down that road, and I know what it feels like, and it's no fun. Micah
Yeah.
has, Steve has, Sam has. So we're telling you, as a newbie or someone that's struggling, jump on board to one tool that's going to give you the tools and the advice, the info, the coaching that will help you learn more than just one thing.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we all have evolved, and that's where I'm at right now as well. It's helping
Exactly.
people understand that uh, I'm not, I personally have changed my whole structure in the way I'm doing things. I'm saying I'm not building a business, I'm building a lifestyle.
Yes. Yes.
In doing so, you are your company. And if you're not working from a standpoint of the right things, then you're not going to be very successful in what you're doing, and it's going to feel like crap.
That's it. Yep. That's the whole point of what you hit it right on the nail, Deborah. Most definitely. And
Because
I mean that's
people join people, they don't join companies.
yeah.
They when you're sharing with someone that something's working very well for you, then they become interested in what you do. But the first interest is in you. So you
So
have to come from a level of integrity. And those that have been around the block, they know how it feels, and they want to change the way things are done. Like
yeah.
like Micah said earlier,
Yep.
we're going to be a community of integrity. We're going
Exactly.
to build a tribe of people of integrity.
Yes. And if you looked at how, remember when I started off with Bitcoin being, and I don't think many or anybody's ever mentioned that to you, that Bitcoin is not money. It is not currency. It is simply just, okay, Bitcoin itself is built on top of the blockchain, Okay, and as I said, the
Mhm.
blockchain is really a public ledger, but it happens to also be decentralized. So instead of it just being a public ledger on a piece of paper, it's decentralized. Anybody anywhere in the world can see what was written on that public ledger. Okay, even going back in time, they can go and look at the first transaction ever made on the blockchain and see that that's been done, and what it was sent to and all that kind of stuff, and for the amount and all that. You can't do that with the financial system as we have it today. You can't. You can't go and call up the bank and ask them to tell you how much
No, in
money's in
fact,
their bank
they hide the
because they print
true
money out
facts
of thin
behind
air.
the world currency,
Yeah.
and you really, as a savvy business person, get any money you got out of the currency that has been operating in our systems today, and
Yeah.
put your money where it's going to be acceptable after the dollar falls. The dollar
Yeah.
is the world currency. We are losing the battle of maintaining that. And when that implodes, the Federal Reserve is already past their peak. And they're in bankruptcy status, but they hide that from the world.
Yeah.
Um,
They don't tell us what's really happening,
they'd
right?
be out of business tomorrow if the Federal Reserve was to tax them. They'd be out of business tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing that most of the people that understand what's really going on in the currency world
Yep.
and the trading of currency, they know we are hanging by a very thin thread. And when this implodes, this is going to hurt billions of people
Hello?
worldwide. Well,
Yeah.
those that have jumped on board the Bitcoin,
Still
and
haven't
this
finished
is
the
the
interview
thing,
yet.
you
She's
brought to the table, Micah,
talking to
that
somebody.
Bitcoin is
I'm
not
recording it.
money, currency.
Where you at?
That's
Where
it.
you
But
at?
neither is the Federal Reserve dollar. It is
No.
the Federal Reserve dollar is implied
IOU.
Okay, are
accepted
you okay?
of value. Yeah, exactly. It's
Well,
debt.
They're
And
this is
wealth
IOU.
going
has
to be
been
wrapping up
produced
here
from
pretty
debt.
soon. It's getting,
Yeah.
And
this is real
you
good.
know, right now the dollar has no
Getting paid
gold
for it,
backing.
and
They took
have
the
to do
gold
it.
backing out back in when Nixon was in office. All of
Okay,
that stuff ended. So
And then
all of the
so it'll
dollars
be about
they went
10,
further and they
15
went as
minutes.
far as to say gold and silver is not money as well through the Coinage Act. So they
Yeah.
didn't stop.
Well,
They didn't
well,
stop
we
with just
took
saying taking the gold out of the dollar. They went as far as to say gold and silver is not money. Yes, it is.
right.
That
They
is
stopped
true
applying
money.
it.
That's what's
You know,
known
they
as
stopped
solid
applying
money.
it to the.
It's actually what gold and silver is, known as solid money. Okay, just for anybody that
Right.
wants to know a history lesson. Okay.
The only
Uh,
true value in as far as bartering with is gold, and that comes out of the planet. That is
What's
God. That is God made the gold, and that's why they hoard it. That's why they steal it from other countries and they hoard it. And right now, you know, the United States dropped the ball. China
Yeah.
has the largest wealth of gold on the planet.
yeah.
They're going to be the next world currency because they have the gold to back what they've done. We gave ours to them. We have no gold in Fort Knox. Our own president can't even go in and look at it because there's nothing to look at.
Yeah.
Now, how is it you're a president of a country that says it has gold and you can't even go to where it is to look at it?
Mm.
Does it make sense? People think, wake up, think.
So,
But
and-
I'm getting off topic, and I'm sorry.
that's
I want to keep stay on topic with.
No, that's okay.
but-
That's okay. This is exactly what we really want to study in the long run. Once we have our full system built up and running, we're going to look into doing things that are not done traditionally. Which way back in the day they were done. Okay, if you see what I'm saying, like bartering and trading.
Right.
That seems to have stopped, and not really stopped, but you don't really see communities coming together and helping you get your TV or helping you get exactly what you need, if that makes sense, right? When you need it most. Okay.
Exactly.
And that's what matters most is getting what you need when you need it. Okay, and that's how we have to do that. Not necessarily about money. It shouldn't always be about money. It should be more about what the food, the clothes, the housing, you get what I'm saying? What it takes to be comfortable. If that
I
makes
get
sense.
exactly what
So
you're
that you
saying,
can-
and on Conversation with Deborah's Hangouts, that's something that I'm going to be doing many more Hangouts so people can prepare. We can do them here at Tiny Chat as well. When I'm not
I'd like to be a host on
interviewing
that.
someone about their company, I want to tell people what they need to be preparing for. And the thing is, most people tell you what to prepare for, but they don't tell you how to prepare for it.
Hello?
So Conversations with Deborah is going to be starting some conversations about
Hello?
what do you do if you're in this situation, and what do you do? And they're slowly inching that in to hope that people are becoming conscious of something's coming. And if you're not smart enough to read the writing on the wall and what they're saying to you, when they say, well, be
Hey, Debbie?
prepared just in case of a natural disaster. They're not really concerned with the natural disaster. That's been going on for years. They're trying to tell the public, get prepared. And what I want to do is start telling people how to prepare. You know,
Mhm.
what you should be doing right now. And that's online and offline,
Yeah.
because that's what you're going to have to be. And the more people prepared, the less civil war we'll have here on this soil.
Mm.
You need to be aware. There's so many things that most people can't handle the truth, and they don't want to believe that it can
Uh-huh.
happen here. But sweetheart, we're the last country that is going to happen to. It's happened to every country
Yep.
but ours, and we're
Yep.
about to have it happen to ours.
Yeah.
There's going to be a civil war, and it's not going to be televised, baby. I can tell you that right now.
That's it.
The things you see happening in Israel, it's coming home to roost. Okay, the things that you saw in history that happened in Russia, Germany, all those things are about to come home, and what's going to happen here is going to make those look like a walk in the park, a piece of cake. So you can prepare. One of the things I want those people that want to be successful with their self doing business is to take a look at Exactly, start migrating over where you need to be to have everything in one place, and
Yep.
start utilizing the tools that are available to you in there. Unlimited hosting is a biggie. I know people paying more than $15 a month for hosting.
Well, and how many
So it's
access to how many cell phone numbers do you have, Deborah? Just yourself.
myself personally,
Yeah.
3.
Okay, just 3. Okay, well, let's just say like you had access to cell phone numbers, like all these people's cell phone numbers that they're filling out their form, and you
Now
want
my
to send out an
database is
SMS.
100.
Okay, and say you want to
Well,
send
if
an
you're
SMS
speaking of my
message out to all
database,
those
yeah,
people, and you want to do that all at once.
exactly.
Okay, and then let's say
Uh
you
huh.
want to automate that, so that's done every couple days, automatically a message sent to everybody's cell phone. Now you got to remember that everybody's cell phone, chances are there's what 5 billion cell phones in the in the world. There's only about what 1.2 billion computers that use the internet. Okay, so I think it's easier to get in front of somebody with their phone because within what 3 seconds they read a text message. Pretty certain. Would you agree on that?
Now,
Roughly
Michael,
about
are
three
you
seconds.
trying to tell me that you have the access of a tool that can do mobile marketing?
Yes.
Oh my God. People, this is big.
Yes.
This is big. So you're saying you have that service with your membership with Exactly?
That's the tool that we've been building for the past year now. Actually, is the autoresponder system and the SMS system as well. So it does SMS broadcasts as
Listen,
well as autoresponders.
mobile marketing is still new to so many people, but
Yep.
those that understand how to operate it, that
Yep.
is big.
Yep.
Everybody's still trying to do texting, and nobody opens up their email unless they're looking for it. Email, solo ads, safe list. If you migrate into mobile marketing, where you have the ability to send text messages of what you're doing and how you're doing it to thousands of cell phones,
Yep.
that's where you need to be. And this is part of your membership with Exactly. That
Yep.
within itself alone is
Yes.
worth the monthly membership.
Now that might be, I have to say that might be the $30 upgrade though.
$30 level.
But that the whole point is what we want to do is give as much as we possibly can at the $15 monthly level, to make it to the point where you bring your 3 people in and you want to go to the next level. You don't want to take your money. because you're getting so much value here for stuff that you would have to pay an arm and a leg for elsewhere, if that makes
And
sense.
see, that's the other thing is that is so good that you brought that up. Is the fact that you can go in the door out of pocket one time because all
Yes.
you got to do is turn around and share it with three other people, and
Yep.
you're there for free.
And it's even better than that because of the way we set the system up. It's several different matrices, so each one is a different company in a sense. Okay, is the best way to
Uh-huh.
explain it. And so they feed into each other, but you have to activate them. So you have to activate, level 1, level 2, level 3. If you think you're going to recruit that many people, 27 people or so, if that makes sense, right? And you want to keep them all, you need to be activated in those. Otherwise, they're going to fall in from just random spots, which means we're bringing in people ourselves. We're not. This is not a forced matrix as a traditional forced matrix works. And it's
Hmm.
not even a company forced. We're up to the top pushing it down because we want millions of customers here, regardless if you guys do anything. We don't want recruiters here. We want customers, millions of them. You see what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And we just want a way
And
to.
you know what though, when a customer's happy, they're going to share it with somebody anyway.
Oh,
So the natural aspect of things is going to happen. If
yeah.
you're making your members happy, they're
Yes.
destined to give that word of mouth advertisement about it.
That's
Uh,
it.
but
Yep.
those that are on a mission to keep their overhead low in
Mhm.
their online properties is
Yep.
to do the most wise thing is to share with three, and then you're free. And that happens for those that are diligent in understanding how it works.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yep. Yep. So like we should definitely do this again and do a lot bigger of a promotion. Let's push as many people in here as possible. I'd
I
really love
agree.
to do this again. And I haven't even really given you the full tip. We haven't reached the tip of the iceberg yet, if
Well,
that
you know
makes sense.
what, Micah? I want to bring you back. I thank you for coming on today and helping Steve with
Okay.
his interview.
Yep.
I want to you to come back with an update with the company,
Yep.
and I'm more than happy to host it. Conversations with Deborah is here to help other people help themselves. So, and you've sparked my interest with one tool. So, and with me having all the rest coming on board, I'm about to go over there and finish my profile and get back in the door because the mobile marketing is big.
And
It's
also,
big.
as I said, disregard the back office, all that stuff. None of that's there. Think of it as we are incognito, and just don't wait for the lion to wake up from his slumber, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I think that's probably
Gotcha.
the
That
best way
does.
to end this. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bear wakes up next year.
And
We're
then
letting the lion
remember,
wake up in
people.
December. So
Gotcha. I truly understand being in beta and or in grace because everything is constantly changing and is changing fast. And when you get in the door as the change is happening, when it launches and the masses come in, look what happens for you. So many people are underneath you, not on top of you. So that's another key for people to understand is to get in the door now. Pay that $15 or that $30 and start making use of those tools and see how it works for you, and then go out there and share it with three, and then yours is free. In everything you do, if you saw just one time, you have to come in the door and then not never pay for it again. That's a blessing within itself. And
yes,
I now that I know what I know, because you never know what you don't know. Now that I do know what I know, we are definitely going to be bringing you back and doing some updates on exactly. And I'm going to share with people exactly how it's working for me. Um, this is perfect, Mike. I'm loving it. You
now
have
do you,
really grown.
well, thank you. It's been a long time too, I tell you. Doing what I'm doing here is out of pocket. Just so you guys all know, everybody here. I
Well,
threw
I've
away
known
all
you've
the
done it out of pocket for some time.
yeah, oh yeah,
I
and
have to say
I
you're a
don't
very
have a
determined and focused person, so you're
yes.
due to reap the harvest.
Well,
You're
thank
due
you.
to reap the harvest. Yes.
Yes, yeah, and it's a long time coming. It's a long time. I went through about 4 different partners, just so you know. of people who said, "Oh yeah, we'll help you get exactly what you need." And I mean, a year passes and we find out, oh, well, you guys aren't exactly what we need, if that makes sense. And we had ended up giving them percentages of the company. And now, I mean, Lord willing, I actually have the full company now. I have 100%. So, and this was after I had brought, as you know, Randy. He's gone. Then I take over. I own the whole thing. I bring on a few people. There's one guy was supposed to be the marketer cooperative, which was going to be our cooperative to help people get advertising for their products and their services, whatever company they had, right? Which we will do now directly through Adsactly, okay? Before we were going to partner with a company called the Marketers Cooperative, which was going to become actually a cooperative, which would mean it would have www.marketers.coop. They never pulled it off. They had the greatest idea known to man, yet they never pulled it off. And I believe the reason why is they executed the plan by spending money in the wrong places, if that makes sense. They raised the money. Don't get me wrong, they got money in. I mean, $1,600 for a founder or a co-founder, and a founder account was $3,200. So yeah, they were pulling money in. Okay. But the problem is they put that money in the wrong places. They talked to the wrong technical people that ripped them off. And they put $30,000 into these technical people that turned out to say a few months later saying, we need another $30,000. And they're like, well, wait a second. You said it's all it would cost me is $30,000. Okay, and this is the problem I see happen. In the past, 8 years I've been online marketing, there are so many companies that have great ideas, okay? And they raise the money, and people come in, they drive in, and they bring all their people, they bring, I mean, some of these companies raise millions of dollars, but then they blow that money on the wrong people. You see what I'm saying? They put it in, they go to a consulting firm that says, I mean, we'll consult for your MLM and make sure that you structure this right. I mean, $1 million a year. I'm not kidding. That's the types of things these consultant firms charge, right?
See, unfortunately, I'm involved with another company that just lost they were migrating to a brand new website, and unfortunately, they threw away $35,000 because the people that built the script wouldn't give them all the keys. Well, if you don't have all the keys, there's a back door that they can steal money from. So it happens in this industry. It's their proprietary script that actually works the donations, and it's unfortunate that happened. But I myself have gone through that, where you want to trust the person that you have the contract with, and then they build exactly what you want, and then they don't want to turn over all the keys. So there's no back doors for them to steal. Many companies have gone through that. And people that have never started a company online, that can't do the script writing, that you are at the mercy of those those techs. And they do that. These techs, it's horrible how these techs are ripping people off. They're stealing from you left and right, where what might start out to be a $50,000 job can cost you millions because they keep stealing from you.
Well, it's not always the tech's fault, remember, too. You have to understand. It's actually a lot of the time it's the misinformed owner of the company that is not a technical person himself and doesn't realize that what he's doing is he's getting too much done at once, or he's asking for too much. You really just need to get your basics going. Call that version 0.1. Get the system launched in the beta form and get some money coming in, and then go to version 0.2. And if you have enough money coming in, go to 0.3. You see what I'm saying? But add on pieces. Don't.
You know what, Micah? The way you just explained it is the perfect way to go. The problem is the members want perfection coming in the door, not realizing. I've seen some critical comments made about a company that's up and coming and growing, and nothing is of perfection in the beginning. You have to grow with what is coming in. You have to grow with the people. You're going to have millions of people. You have to grow. You have to grow. You have to grow. Everything is evolving and changing in your life, in the world and in the universe. If you come with the expectation that everything's going to be perfect in the beginning, you're fooling yourself and you're putting high expectations of someone that understands they have to grow on the database that is being built. That's why I understand what you're saying very well. You know what? The cosmetic has never been, I don't sweat the small stuff. If it works, I can deal with, if you've ever remodeled a house and had to live in it at the same time, you know what I'm talking about. You have to live with the dust and the lumber and the plaster and all that stuff until you get to the finest finished product. And that's the same way with building a business. There is dust, there are boulders to build, there is script to write, there is so many things to go on in the background that the front looks messy, it looks unorganized, but as long as the tools work, you can grow with the company. People have to change their mindset and realize, treat it as if it's your own company. You're growing a company, and you're growing with the company. I'm so sick and tired of people putting high expectations on the owners, not realizing what it takes to run a company.
Yeah.
It is not easy to start a company and grow it and get it where you wanted it.
Listen to Deborah, guys. Listen to Deborah, guys. I've come to the point where, I mean, if I don't have people helping, I wouldn't be able to do what I've done today. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, I would not have been able to do all this myself. No way. No possibility.
But you know, the people that are giving the negativity and the high expectation are the people that will never try to run a company, will never try to have their own company. They jump on board, they expect perfection, and then they criticize and badmouth a company that's up and coming only to hamper what they're doing because they're not having the right mindset. Listen, things have got to change, and the people have got to change and understand it's a lot more involved than what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And you've got to be the boulder that holds it up. You've got to be that 2x4 that holds it up. You've got to be dedicated and complete what you've got. You've got to be that way. Otherwise, you're going to keep running in circles and keep restarting and restarting and restarting because you're not planting seed anywhere. If you've ever been a grower of anything, you don't get fruit the day after you plant seed. Seed comes after harvest.
Yes. Amen. I
don't mean to.
It's so true, though. It's so true. And it could take many. Like you could even lose your first crop, and have to start all over again. But does the farmer give up and sell his land when his crop fails?
No, he says, "Okay, let's try it again." And that's really what comes about when you're growing. Listen.
Yeah.
People want sustainability. But you have to be sustainability to the company that you're working with in order for you to have it.
Yes.
You have to give what you want to receive. That's just a universal law. Okay? And if you're not being what you want, then you're failing before you even get started. Plant a seed, grow it. Be the boulder that holds it up. Get in one place, grow there, and you will reach.
Hey, what's happening?
I guarantee it's just a universal law. You can't get around it.
Yeah.
Because it's like joining Adsactly, planting seed there, and sharing.
You need to take time
Adsactly
out
with
to go
others,
check a
and before
projector.
you know it, you're gonna look up and you're gonna say,
about
"God,
4:30.
I'm glad I joined this. I'm glad I did what I did. I'm glad I heard what
projector.
I heard." And you're gonna have so many tools
Might need a lamp.
in your
Projector.
hands
You
that
familiar with
put
those?
you in front of, out front.
And
I'm telling you, with them talking about bringing mobile market
it's
on,
over at 21 State Street.
That's a given. That's a given. Most people need to be looking at mobile market because those that want to get in the front of the people that they want to bring attention
Where you
back
at?
to what you're doing. Mobile market is the next phase.
Whose
Okay, I
house?
remember when it's just like looking at advertising. All the gurus were over in Google
Okay.
paying mega bucks $500,000 a campaign.
I'm doing some
And yes,
recording
they
right
made
now.
money, but if you
I'm
understand
recording
how
an
business
interview.
money's built,
It's lasted
they
an
tell
hour
you
and 10
about the
minutes so
money they
far.
made, but they never tell you how much they spent to make that money. Never. Have you ever been in a webinar and they tell you, I made $100,000 a day with making this
Yeah.
amount of money? Did they tell you how much they spent? It's not what the gross is. It's not what you got coming in. It's what you get to keep at the bottom, at the end.
Yeah.
And most people that start out aren't business minded, and they don't
Doesn't
understand
seem
that.
Eddie.
They don't understand overhead. They don't understand the money spent goes out the door first. And yes, you make money because the ROI on it, the return on investment, comes back. They never
Yeah.
tell you, and I laugh
Well,
every time I hear people tell me that.
if
I
you
made
get up
$1
here
million
about, I
last
go
year.
to 21 State Street
Well,
about
that's
4:30 to
whoop-de-doo.
5.
How much did you spend to make
Sometime
that
or another,
million?
I got
Now,
to
if
go
you
up Allied
spent
Finance and pay them.
$750,000, you only made $250,000. You didn't. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
go
So
over there.
don't talk
That's
about your million.
I
Tell me
get
what
I
the
get
bottom
half the
dollar
money
is,
though, but
and then I'll call
uh,
you a guru.
we have to split it.
And most gurus
But
don't do that. Most people that have
if you can go over there,
put on that
because you're
face,
supposed to be over
and
there.
I'm not saying that they haven't made it. Many of them have. But they leave out the element
You know where
that
the
helps
mission
us
is over there?
that
That's
are
State
getting
Street.
started
It's on 21
understand.
State Street.
You don't understand what you don't know
Yeah,
because nobody's
probably up
telling you
closer to
that
town.
side of it. How much stuff have you purchased from someone thinking, oh, if I buy this,
Yeah.
it's gonna make me $1 million tomorrow, and then you find out it doesn't even work for you because you're not the person that sold it to you. Of course, he made the money
Okay.
because you spent your money to get what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And did he hang around long enough to teach you how to use it?
Probably
Or did
not.
he hold one
Oh, good.
webinar and if you didn't show up, you might got the recording, and
Yeah.
then you still don't understand how to make use of the tool, and they're not available because they're off building the next big thing
Oh, good.
that they want to
Yeah.
push to you. This is the stuff that I've recognized and I've had to deal with online.
What'd you say?
I've known Micah
Yeah,
for
I'm about to
some
finish
time. I
recording
think we
here.
go
and
back as far as
hopefully I'll wrap this
2009.
up pretty soon. They've been going hot and
Or
heavy.
maybe 7. I might have known him it was about 2009 when I met
Bye.
Micah. He has been diligently pushing Exactly, building it up, connecting it. And that's to say he's not going nowhere. When I met him, he had a partner, Randy. Randy's gone. He has it 100% now, and he's built a corporate structure to it, even though he's not a corporation, because when he sells shares of investment into it as a co-founder or a founder member, you're basically investing in that company to reap the revenue that comes in on a higher percentage than the average member. You have the opportunity to become one of those people and then turn around. You're investing your money. It's like going to the stock market. Buy a percentage of the company, and then you become the broker that goes and shares this with other people. You might have a nice list. Send it to your list. Get them on board because all you can do is reap the benefits from it. I understand completely what he's saying. So many people that don't are critical of what they don't know, and they definitely ain't about to try.
Yeah.
I understand very well. I myself have struggled like that with my company. I own a company, and the members blame me because it's stalled. It's still there. It still operates the way it's always done. The members are the ones that have to do the work. I can't do the work for everybody. I can run the company. Which, me and Mike are going to talk after this and see where we can go with this, because I understand perfectly what he's saying. But he's already got my interest going. He's already got me going. I've been on board with Exactly,
Yeah, you have.
and I've been one of those that programs you.
I'd like to say you've been the
I've
one
been
that
watching
was.
from a paper right now.
Yeah, well, I'd like to say you were engaged 100% when we originally were going, and then when everything happened and all that stuff, you went and sat on the fence. but you never did jump off
Yeah.
that fence. You're still there, and I believe you're ready to engage again. Because I tell you, if the more we can all work together, the more we can all put our efforts in one place instead of scatterbraining all over the place and joining this
And
guy and
that's what it
joining that
takes.
guy, and yeah,
Yeah,
you get my point.
that's exactly what it takes to
Yeah.
to make something work. You've got
Yes.
to find the people to get the vision and bring them on board through investing in the company.
That's it.
And the next thing you know, you're where you want to be.
Yeah.
This is an invite to you to plant seed with Exactly. And I'm very grateful to have had this opportunity to have a conversation with you about Exactly, bring us up to date on where Exactly is. And it sounds like it's on the right road now. And I love what you're sharing with everyone. You know, Michael, you've been very consistent, and you're about to reap harvest, baby. I feel it. I do feel it. Um,
Oh,
and Steve, I want to thank you for coming and sharing this with us. Now, remember, guys, Steve's link is what is it? Let me
IBO
go back up
URL.
the chat.
IBO
IBO
URL
URL
/Steve Dixon.
.com. Yeah, Steve Dixon. And
It's
I'll put it
.net.
in the chat again so people can get it from there.
IBOURL.net/Steve
Yeah,
Dixon.
Huh?
Well, it's not .com,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not .com, it's .net /Steve Dixon. That's Dixon. Steve, STEVE, DIXON. Go there, get signed up through Steve's link, the co-founder of Exactly, and jump on board and see what we're going to keep you updated here in Tiny Chat about it. We've got today's session recorded. I don't know if it's going to be in 1 or 2 sessions, but because we had that little mishap. But we're going to be back to bring you, more news and great things about Exactly. With that said, did anyone else want to share anything before we end this recording?
Uh-oh. There's a
Well,
echo now.
I'd like to, say that Steve came in as a mandate representative at membershipportal.net, and he got I give him a sales page that everybody sees that comes to visit his link, and his primary link is on that as well, and he can make affiliate income by promoting that link with marketing pros. And so I just want to put that in there too, and so everybody could go to membershipportal.net if they want to be a mandate representative like Steve. And of course, we do charge for our services. This is a compliment to Steve here. This interview here is just a compliment to Steve for being the first member of membershipportal.net, and we do charge for our services. We can post blogs for people. We can have hosting as well, and interviews. We even sell the code to be placed on a person's website that helps build traffic to all the websites that have the code. And we also people can do a solo broadcast as well. And I can send traffic by appointment. It's done by appointment. We have appointment button people can click on to make their appointment and do a solo broadcast if they want to. And I'll moderate it and bring them up. We do have control over who we bring up on the screen. So just want to put membershipportal.net. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike, yeah, I would like to thank you for coming and laughing today. I really appreciate you a lot.
Well,
Well, thank you.
likewise, I really appreciate you a lot as well, Stephen, and it's been a pleasure coming here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you all for coming to Conversations with Deborah's Interview Hour. And with that, Sam, you can stop the broadcast. You can, I mean, stop the recording.